Hi, Steve Mills coming live to you out walking my new dog on the 27th of December. We've just had Christmas together and I hope you had a good one. And I was just out walking the dog and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to record another podcast. And so if you hear the sound of cars going by or people, then you'll know what that's all about. So so my question for you is, what are you going to do differently to make 2020 better than 2019? Because if you're like a lot of small business owners that I meet, then 2019 wasn't great. It was probably a tough year, but even if it was great and you had a fantastic year, perhaps you had your best year ever, then, you still need to answer yourself the same question, and that is, what am I going to do in 2020 to make it better than 2019? Because I really do believe that in business, you're either getting better or you're getting worse. It's very rare that anything stays the same. It's just almost like the force of nature, we're either getting fitter or we're getting less fit, we're getting slimmer or we're getting fatter. Our relationship with our loved ones or our children and so on is either getting better or it's getting worse. Maybe not that much worse, but, we need to constantly and never-endingly keep working on it. Now, if you think about, right, what am I going to do to make 2020 better than 2019, then one of the keys to that is got to be to become better at selling and marketing your products and services. Because if you really want to, take the business to the next level, if you want to make more money, if you want to become more profitable, if you want to turn over more, and if you want to do better for yourself and your family, your children, and to have more of what you started your business for in the first place, which ultimately comes down to money. Now, I know there are many reasons people start a business. It's to, get rid of the job or to do good in the world, and which was certainly a motivation of mine. But ultimately, the more money I make, the more good I can do. And so, the purpose of a business is just one thing. It's to make a profit. Even if that business is a charity, the idea behind a charity is to make as much profit as possible so you can use that money to help people who are in need. And so, that being the case, I come back to that question again, what are you going to do? Because I'm not sure who said this, but it's one of my favourite sayings. I'm not sure if it wasn't Henry Ford or somebody, but it was probably said, 100 years ago or something. And that is that if you always do what you've always done, then you'll always get what you've always got. And, if you're one of those people who says things like, I'm on LinkedIn, but I don't understand it. Or, I'm not really a techie person. Or perhaps you say, I don't really understand digital marketing. Or maybe you're one of the people who say, well, we don't do any marketing. We just rely on referrals. And whatever excuse you make right now for not being better at sales and marketing is just ultimately costing you money. If you're one of the people that say, we don't do any marketing, we just rely on referrals, that's like saying we only rely on one way of marketing ourselves. We don't really do very much about it. And all the other ways in which we could make a lot more money, we just don't bother with. And, so it is really, to be honest, the case with almost everything. It's like being on LinkedIn, but I don't really do very much. It means I'm on LinkedIn and I'm leaving 100 grand plus, just sat on LinkedIn without ever bothering to try and win that amount of business. And so, now's the time to start to think about what you're going to do differently in 2020. And for me, it really starts, with becoming better at selling and marketing. And that's something that I work on all the time. I'm constantly, looking at what I can do to improve my sales and marketing knowledge, both for myself and obviously for my clients. And, at this time, there's never been so much change in marketing. We're constantly going through new things coming out from LinkedIn and very much recently from Google. New great ways, geofencing, buyer behavior, some great ways of marketing that you probably haven't even heard of yet. But certainly in 2020, you want to be ahead of the curve and make sure that you're doing it and not your competitors, or you're doing it at least before your competitors, because no doubt they'll be doing it too. And so that's really my message. Maybe now and over the next few days, Christmas is gone, New Year's not here yet. You're probably, off work. But it'd probably be worthwhile just, sitting down perhaps with a pen and paper and just having a think about what you're going to do. What is your marketing plan for the next year? And coming up with some ideas and ways in which you can improve things. Now, if you need any help with that, or if you need any help next year, then, we'd love to be able to help you. We can do basically two things. We can teach you what to do. You could come on our results program. It's a 9-month program of business growth. And in that time, we're going to give you all the training, all the advice, all the mentoring, and to be honest, all the, kicking you up the backside to make sure that you take the actions that we've all agreed that you'll do. The other thing we can do is do it for you. I run a small marketing agency, and you could, if you want to, certainly outsource the marketing side or the lead generation side, as I like to call it, to us. So you'd be very, very welcome to do that. So first step, if you need any help from us, the first step is to go to our website, which is stevemills.co, and that's it. So www.stevemills.co. On there you'll find a section on the banner called Results Meeting. Click on that page, scroll down, you'll see a variety of different meetings, be it an online meeting, so we can meet online. We can meet in our office, or we can meet over the telephone. Either way is absolutely fine. We have an initial meeting. That's not me trying to hard sell you stuff, but just a conversation about what you're doing in terms of your marketing. I try and provide you with some tips and ideas to improve that. And at the end of the day, you'll be in a better position to understand whether we can help you or not. So once again, go to stevemills.co and look forward to meeting soon. Thanks ever so much for listening.